Shizzywhiznut.
An open letter, the midnight motion, and the bill that follows. Well, stupid. What you filed wasn't a motion, it was a confession. You confess that you're terrified of accountability, that you're addicted to stall tactics, and that you think dumping shit into the court portal at the last second somehow counts as a strategy. Filing the night before deposition doesn't make you look clever. It makes you look like a cornered trash panda. It reads like desperation shoved into the system with shaky little hands. Well, you weren't protecting anything. You were buying time, and badly at that. The judge, they don't usually see a party in need of relief. They see a plaintiff terrified of accountability. Well, that impression is going to stick with them. You've run the same tired script so often, it's just become comical, a parody. Husband's medical appointment, bankruptcy hearings, calendar conflicts, attorney died, mother died, excuses are recycled, repainted, trotted out like the court just won't notice. It's the same dog and pony show it's been watching for months, but you got to understand, judges, they do notice. They're sort of trained to spot these kinds of patterns, and your pattern isn't subtle. Avoidance, delay, obstruction. Well, you're not litigating, you're evading. In the process, you're torching whatever shreds of credibility you had left somewhere in Idaho on a stripper pole. Every time you wave the same excuses, you remind the court that you're not showing up to answer questions. Well, not because you can't. It's not because you're prevented. Well, it's because you're an idiot. This so-called legal help behind your filings isn't saving you. They're sabotaging your sorry ass. These documents don't read like the work of attorneys. No, they read like the product of someone taking bong hits, late night Googling, and frantic copy-paste jobs. Hell, the templates are dressed up in procedural buzzwords, citations, dropping in like seasoning or shit off a hot tin roof. And not a trace of substance beneath it all. Because you see, real lawyers don't file panic disguised as pleading. Real lawyers, they coordinate, they confer, they reschedule if there's a legitimate reason. What you've got is people who act like they know law, but in reality couldn't get a law degree if they were paid to get one. And it looks like they're written by idiots who believe that if you throw enough words on a page, the court might mistake it for an actual argument. Well, it doesn't work. Of course, it never works. And when the judge sees through it, the cost doesn't fall on them. They're not the ones that are going to get screwed over. It's going to be you. Let's be real here. Whoever's drafting this trash for you writes like a first-year law student who washed out, got bounced from their internship, and now clings to legal scraps on the internet, pretending to still be relevant. Every line drips with cowardice, hollow citations, procedural fluff, and no backbone even to stand on the actual merits. It's the kind of writing you expect from someone who couldn't stomach real litigation, so they tuck their happy little tail up between their legs. They decide to run away, go hide, go scurry away, pretending their hands are clean. Oh, I will say that you can hear them practically squeak when they draft these timid, sloppy, and desperate to sound smarter than they are. If this is your caliber, you better off hiring a paralegal with a free weekend and possibly a six-pack. Well, it's pathetic, too, because this kind of help that hides behind you, they sort of shove you a little bit forward so you can take the hit. Because your name is on the filing, your signature's on the bullshit, your bank account's on the hook. Even if you can't pay for it, you'll never get the stain off you. While they scurry away pretending their hands are clean, they ain't going to risk no sanctions. You do. They don't risk any credibility. You do. And the court knows exactly what's happening. The plaintiff has become the errand runner for bad legal advice, and now the plaintiff is going to pay the bill for it. That's the part you don't want to face. These filings aren't just empty, they're expensive. Every last-minute motion forces the other side to prepare a response. Every frivolous delay forces court reporters to hold open dates and lawyers to block off time. And those right there, sweet cheeks, are measurable costs. And when the court looks to see who caused all this bullshit, it's not going to be sanctioning the defendants for showing up. It's not going to sanction the court reporter for booking the slot. Hell, it ain't even going to sanction the idiot that filed it for you. It's going to look squarely at you. The idiot who keeps trying to substitute trauma for duty, and it's going to balance the books the only way it knows how, with your checkbook, your bank account, your earnings, your holdings, everything that you have. The opposing counsel, well, shit, they didn't even need to stretch. They didn't even have to invent an elaborate story about your conduct. They simply pointed to the obvious, a last-minute filing, no legitimate basis, designed only to dodge a deposition. In just a handful of sentences, they made the case for sanctions because, well, shit, you were so stupid you handed it to them. That's not much, that's how much you and your helpers are screwing this up. You're not just losing ground. You're providing your adversaries with the ammunition they need to bury you. Those are all wrapped up neatly in your own filings. And the court, well, they sees the contrast clearly. One side's cutting through the noise with efficiency. The other side is vomiting noise in hopes of a little bit of a distraction. The irony is a little brutal because you file these motions to protect yourself, but shit, you're doing the opposite. They're stripping you of any bit of credibility you had, putting you squarely in the line of fire for sanctions, and because your name's on the pleading, not theirs, the consequences land on you. You're the one who will be ordered to pay. You're the one the court will hold accountable. The people feeding you these garbage strategies, well, their happy asses are slinking away, pretending they outsmarted the system while you're left in the invoices, the orders, and the permanent stain on the record. That's the real cost of those toddler bar attorneys are whispering in your ear. They're going to keep their hands clean and you get stuck holding the bag. And that's where this ends, not with a triumphant narrative you control, not with a crowd cheering you on, but with a judge growing tired of your bullshit, signing on orders that forces you to pay for the waste that you created. And by the way, you'll still have that deposition to face, that chair, that oath, the questions you fear, but you'll also have something else, a bill, a literal financial reminder that playing games with the court doesn't delay the inevitable. It just makes the inevitable more expensive. And when that bill arrives, no amount of excuses, no amount of midnight filings, and no amount of cowardly ambulance chasing help is going to shield you. It's you that are going to be on the hook, and you alone. And if you think because of the games you want to play makes you think that being broke gets you out of paying sanctions, do yourself a really good favor. You might want to investigate United States v. Wendy Long. See how long she lasted. Signed, Shizzywhiznut, the star-spangled helmet-wearing Velcro-shoed idiot on the short bus, still smart enough to see who's going to end up paying for all of this nonsense. And most definitely the Papa Nut, mother of all.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down with Shizzywhiznut.